I got untold Chicago stories carved in the code. I ain't write fairy tales, I survive what I wrote. From crack course to the corner, same weight in my chest, same hunger in my gut, same test after test. I wake up before sunrise to work in the dark. City never saved me, it's sharp in my heart. They threw me.
Welcome back to Untold Chicago Stories. Here as always with the college football famer Jerry Zuma. What's up, Zuma?
What's up? What's going on, guys?
We have today. When's the last time we had somebody who had a trophy named after him?
It's been a long time.
I don't know that we've ever. There's an award named after this guy. We have with us today, ladies and gentlemen. This guy went to Duke. By the way, I'm a Michigan guy. Boo.
I should have seen you guys in the finals.
went to Duke, which is. I mean, there's some brainiacs that went to Duke. Started Duke, obviously. Played all of his games for the Bears. 16 years this guy was with the Zoom. 16 years.
Longevity, baby. Longevity.
Man, I don't have kids that old. 2,200 snaps without one botched delivery. And people overlook that, as you know, of course, the game sometimes, but that's imperative. Punting, kicking, like Pat is a huge part. Keeping blocking. I mean, it's absurd. But let's go back to the stats. Beside that, he had 81 tackles.
Yeah.
This dude's job is to get the ball back to the kicker or the punter. That's on coaches. They said that's all you got to do. He still went and made tackles.
That's right.
And let's go back to the award. The Patrick Mannelly Award is given to the best college long snapper that year in football. So Zoom, as we always do, let's clap it up for Patrick Mannelly.
Let's give it up for Patrick.
Welcome.
What's up, Patrick? How you doing?
I'm good, guys. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. It's a hell of an intro. As you get older, Zoom, as we know this, when people start talking about you, you start sitting up a little higher.
That's right.
First retired, you're like, no, man, that was nothing. That was nothing. But I'm 50 years old now, and now I'm like, okay, I like that. I like hearing that.
Man,
you earned it.
Hey, the first thing we got to ask you, and I don't know if everybody has seen this video, but Pat made a video. I mean, he was the man and still is the man, but Pat made a video where he snapped the football through a moving Toyota. And not just the passenger door, but I mean, both windows were open. Car is moving, fired the ball through both windows. So, Pat, how was that? Was there any CGI may not have been invented yet? I mean, how many takes are we talking? Like, I know you had it down to a science, but let us into that whole thing.
Colin, that was like the start of the internet, man. That was the dinosaur age. So I think the one you're talking about might have been with Peggy Kaczynski. I did also one in college. So it started in college. We had our PR department in college came up with it, just kind of promoting long snapping and all that stuff and helping promote me. So I did it in college, and I did it for Peggy Kaczynski at NBC5. And she kind of came up with the idea. We were doing different things, and it was actually right outside of here of the NBC Tower. Just pulled up a cab, I think it was, or I don't know which video you're talking about. There's two of them actually out there. I don't even know if the Duke one's out there.
So many videos.
Start of the internet. And then we went out and just kind of snapped all around the city of Chicago. I went from like boat to boat on Lake Michigan. She was sitting in like the captain's seat. I was on another boat, snapped it across the water to her. Did like the Picasso through the Picasso thing down at the Daily Center. But that was kind of the start of when trick shots and all that stuff started coming out. So it was before stuff could go viral, but it was a lot of fun, man. It's just you got the dumb craft of trying to hit Brad Maynard in the hip all day or in the hands for Robbie Gould. It was something fun to do and just see what I could do.
Pat, I think that a lot of people have this one question, and the question is, how did you start long snapping? How did you know that you had the gift to do that? When did it start? Like, take us all the way back to that.
Yeah, so I have a brother that was 5 years older. He played football at Notre Dame in '88 when they won the national championship. So he got redshirted. Obviously, they had all those great players, and he came home that summer, and their long snapper, was a backup lineman or whatever, graduated. So they sent all the kids home for summer school and said, "Hey, we need a long snapper. Somebody figure it out." So my brother comes home and he's like, "Hey, Dad, let's go to the front yard. I need to learn how to long snap. I want to get on the field." So me being the brother 5 years younger, I'm going out there. He's my idol. He's playing at Notre Dame, and I'm watching him work with my dad. And then he's like, "Here, you try it." Throws me the ball. And we had a pamphlet, which is interesting. Go back a little bit. We had a pamphlet from we had a bunch of the Falcons coach. I grew up in Georgia. We had a bunch of the Falcons coaches go to my high school. So we reached out to Rod Dowhauer, who was a longtime NFL coach, and said, "We need some information of how to long snap." Mm-hmm. And it was literally like a 2-page pamphlet. So you're reading through it, like how to hold the ball, like follow through, all that kind of stuff. So my brother's working at it. We go out in the front yard. Like I said, he's done. He throws me the ball. Here you go, kid. You try it. And honestly, Jerry, I bent over, grabbed it, and it just came natural. And my brother looked at me. He's like, damn, my younger brother's better than I am. and from then, man, I realized, like, if Notre Dame needed a long snapper at that time, it's an important position. Yeah. So, like, in high school, I played O-line, D-line, started all that. And then that was going into eighth grade. I was like, I want to be the long snapper. So I went out there and competed against another kid on the team who was pretty good and won the job. And from then on, it was just something I wanted to earn and do. And I enjoyed the craft of learning how to do it, practicing and all that kind of stuff. So since eighth grade all the way till 2013, that's kind of what I took pride in doing.
That's a long time to be.
Did they try to get you to play other line? Because you're not a small guy. You're 6'5".
No, I started O-line at Duke. I went there as all the other schools recruited me. Like my 4 visits were Georgia, Boston College, North Carolina, and Duke. And they all wanted me to play O-line. Duke just wanted me to get in, and they said, "Oh, we'll try you at D-end." No, I didn't have a first step. I realized that quickly, but so I ate myself over to O-line. Started 2 years, my last 2 years at offensive line, but long snapped all 4 years. Or I ended up playing 5 years because I redshirted my true senior year. But I had a hip injury, Jerry. We know about that. Those are no fun. But so I played O-line. Was up to like 295 pounds, long snapping, trying to run down the field, and so I did both. I did both in college.
Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that, like, Patrick has a lot of speed to go along with his size. I mean, he was 295 pounds in college, 6'5", but you had this thing called speed. So you were able to get down on the football field fast, and you were actually a really solid, just overall with good fundamentals tackler.
Well,
and in order
I got to play football, man. Like, okay, I was a specialist, right? Sorry to interrupt. I was a specialist. Yeah, I had to do a little job, but then you have to block. That's part of starting football. But the covering part, that's what it was all about, man. You have a rundown with you guys. That's football. Bodies flying by you, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Being able to tackle Deion Sanders, Brian Mitchell, like stuff like that was football, and that was amazing. And that was my favorite part about it. Just to be able to be down there and say I tackled Deion Sanders, I tackled Brian Mitchell, and that was football, man. I loved it. Yeah. I loved it.
Well, you talk about yourself and say that you knew you weren't at the end, but you still got drafted, and a lot of people don't realize that. Many NFL teams they don't take it for granted, but they figure they can pick up a lineman in the after the draft, free agency, et cetera, like that. So when they picked you, when you got drafted, that had to let you know, like, hey, I can do this for a while at a high level. Like they see something here. Like is that when the light went on? Like, hey, like I can do this.
It did. So at the end of my career at Duke, we had a couple coaches like Joe DeLamalore is a Hall of Fame offensive lineman, blocked for OJ. We had a couple of coaches that coached in the league. So I was getting scouted as an offensive lineman. I was a decent ACC lineman, but a good long snapper. And they're like, hey, man, this is becoming a job in the NFL. So I was like, wait, what? This is like just the long snap? So the timing was perfect, man. Like, I think I would have been like a free agent to get into camp and then been cut like 2 weeks in. Like, unfortunately, a lot of these guys, you find out you're not good enough. But yeah, they drafted me to be a long snapper. Last pick in the 6th round, Mark Hatley took me. And I that's when I knew, like, hey, this is a job. And Mark Hatley was kind of at the cutting edge, and Dave Wanstead was the head coach. And I told Coach Wanstead, like, I think you're the first head coach to ever draft a pure long snapper. And again, I'm 50. I can promote myself now, right? So I think I was the first long snapper ever drafted in the NFL. And when I got there, Keith Armstrong was our special teams coach.
Strong.
And shit. I had to do every rep. He didn't bring anybody in. He said, listen, this is your job. If you mess up, we're cutting you. We'll bring somebody in. So it was nice to have no competition, but the competition was myself and the position and the job and like trying to compete for Coach Armstrong. But man, I had to do every rep, every coverage, everything, and worked my ass off. And like I said, I got fortunate. It was a position at the time, or became a position at the time, and it worked out for 16 years.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of value with what you brought to the team. In long snapping, and fourth down is kind of like people kind of forget about fourth down. They just kind of take it for granted that it's just a kind of like a whatever down, but it's a very serious down. It impacts football games and it changes outcomes. So throughout your time with the Chicago Bears, like, what are some of your most memorable times of changing outcomes on fourth down plays?
What was neat though too, Jerry, just to set it up, is that the hidden yardage and the stats in football started to become a thing while we were playing. Like all these statisticians and sabermetrics in baseball started leaking into the football. That like 2 extra yards on a punt change the field position. That X percentage less they'll score a touchdown or field goal. So you started seeing those numbers and realizing, right, hey, this 4th and 7 on the 20, if we can get it to whatever yard line, does change the game or could change the outcome of the next offensive series. So that was a fun part to be a part of. But, man, the first thing I ever remember playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, first game of my career, we're in the north end zone. I can still remember it. I can paint the picture, man. Todd Sauerbrun's upside down between my legs. We're backed up in the north end zone, and I literally took a mental snapshot and was like, holy shit, I'm in the NFL.
Yeah.
My first play ever. So that was, to me, was like, all right, we're here. Other ones, obviously, any game winner that Robbie hit, the game winner against the Seahawks to go to the NFC Championship was huge. There's a
Arizona.
punt. That was a good one. A big punt that Brad Maynard had. I think it was in 2010. We played the Jets. And we're both getting older. We're trying to get crafty in how we can get through the, through the years as we're getting older. But, he couldn't hit the big 60-yarder anymore. We're playing, again, it's in the north end zone, playing the Jets. It's sleeting, and this is when Rex Ryan was coaching. They were good. I think they went to the AFC Championship that year. So it was a big game at Soldier Field, and the wind's howling right at us with sleet, like 20, 25 miles an hour. And Maynard sets up, and what we would do was Brad Maynard started it, so he would line up. Most punters line up straight behind the snapper. Well, now they all line up offset, and they do all this kind of stuff because they want to directionally kick. Well, Brad would line up offset to the left. So Santonio Holmes is back there, and he thinks the ball is coming to his left. So Brad's like, no, snap it to my right hip. I'll jump around the ball, and I'll kick it left because Santonio Holmes is going to start running to the right. So Brad Maynard hits one of those little coffin corner kicks. It literally gets about 4 yards over everybody's head, hits a bullet about 30 yards in the air, hits the ground because it's sleeting. It rolls like 25 more yards. Santonio Holmes goes back there, tries to pick it up. I forgot who was covering, knocks it out of his hand, calls the fumble. We recover it. We end up winning the game. We beat the heck out of them. But things like that, like being able to really change the game, and then getting into meetings on Monday, Jerry, people recognize it. They're like, damn, Maynard, what the hell was that? Like, to be a part of that, to like kind of start changing Maynard started changing the NFL the way, punters lined up and changed the game to, mess with the returners. And that's fun. Those are 2 good ones.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen like a lot of evolution, especially on 4th downs. Devin Hester, obviously, Mr. Tobe, which is a great coach, very innovative. He's now with the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, talk a little bit about like some of the returners that you've got to I guess go against, because it's the best of the best in the NFL. And then obviously you had, Devin Hester that's in the Hall of Fame now for doing what he does.
And we had Jerry Azuma, who's in the College Hall of Fame as well.
Exactly.
Jerry was, so real quick, we had Mike Sweatman as the head coach, and that's back when you could have the 4-man wedge. Jerry is the best wedge returner I've ever seen. That was perfect for you.
Yes.
Jerry would catch you to hit 100 miles an hour within 2 steps.
Immediately. We were talking about his running style last week.
Yeah, it was impressive, man. It was impressive. So I wouldn't want to cover you no matter what. But, the names, like I said earlier, like Deion Sanders, man. So I'm young. I think it was 99. Might have been your first year, second year.
Yeah, 99.
Dallas. No, it was my rookie year, I think. It was 98. We're playing Dallas in Soldier Field. And, all week, I'm like, I might have a chance to tackle Deion Sanders. So, Deion didn't like contact. So I'm running down there. I forgot who the PP was, the personal protector. We're kind of running together. And he sees us, and we got him cornered, and he just falls. So it wasn't like a tackle. But I was the first one to jump on him.
And that counts. Jump on pile counts.
81 tackles. But get this, I sit there and I rub his back. Like, that's Deion Sanders. I touched Deion Sanders. Brian Mitchell, I got a concussion by tackling Brian Mitchell, hit my head hard against the Philadelphia, the vet turf. Me and Mike Brown got him. But those 2 are probably my biggest ones because those, Devin Hester is the best. And then Brian Mitchell's right there, and obviously Deion. Yeah. And to have those, on my list it's pretty cool, man. That's stuff you look back on.
Very cool.
I tackled 2 of the best.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's word, Pat, on the street that you had it down to a science in terms of being able to put the football in somebody's hand, how they wanted it, being able to always laces a certain way. how do you? I mean, are you counting revolutions of the football? Like, how do you break that down to ensure that you're? I mean, because we all know how picky kickers and punters are, so to be able to place the football exactly where he wants it every time is is why you got a trophy named after you.
Yeah. Well, I'll go back to college. I got lucky, man. So I had a coach named Joe DeForest. He's still coaching in college now. Great college coach. In 1987, he was a scab long snapper. So he was kind of I basically had a long snapping coach in college, and he challenged me. He's like, "Hey, can you get the laces forward every time?" I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? Who does this?" So I got lucky, like maybe from my junior year on, started working on that. So that's what I'm 19, 20 years old trying to work on it. And it was a feel thing. So I don't count revolutions. That was, some guys do, some guys don't. I was just pure feel and speed. But I got to the point where, 85, 90% of the time I could get the laces facing forward. So what that means is when the holder catches it, he just puts it down. Instead of like DJing the ball, I call it, like laces out, Ray Finkel, but I call it DJing the ball. Like, you see him put the ball down, they start spinning it like this to try to find the laces. So Maynard and I got it down that we could just, if I missed, it would be in his hands, so he could just turn it and put it down. But it was something I was challenged with in college and said, all right, let me figure this thing out. And again, going back to my rookie year, I remember going to Detroit, and in pregame, the specialists go out there early and you warm up the punters and kickers. And I happened to be next to the Detroit Lions long snapper, and he's watching me, and he's like, how the hell are you doing that?
Yeah.
He's like, what's going on here? I'm like, what? He goes, you got the laces forward every time. I heard about this. I'm like, I don't know. Somebody told me to start doing this in college. He's like, not me. And that's just something too that guys, you learn at 10, right? Now you have all these camps and kids start picking up a football and learning at 10. So now it's natural for them. But it was a challenge when I was younger, and I took it up, and fortunately it was just something I could do. It was just a natural feel. I just knew the speed, and I could see if he caught the laces outside. All right, I've got to throw it a little faster. If he catches inside, I got to throw it a little slower. And working with Brad Maynard for 10 years, and then I had Adam Podlish for 3 years. Great holders. I just got used to how they held and the speed and all that kind of stuff.
Now, as you continue to watch the game, like on TV or live, do you really pay attention to like the whole process of long snapping and holding and kicking? And also, I mean, the evolution of the game has changed so much too. Like you can't line up over tackle. I mean, over centers now and things like that. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's the same way with you, Jerry. You probably break down every DB and you're like, he's dumb. He's doing it wrong. I would have done it this way. I can do it so much better. Returner, same thing. Kickoff, why do you miss that crease? Why do you got to run off that butt or whatever? But yeah, I do. I sit there and watch it. I follow all the kids. We've had that Mannelly Award for a few years now, so a lot of these kids have now gone to the NFL. So I followed them through college. But I do. I watch the laces. I watch the location. Still learning things. They're doing different stuff of where they want the ball located, a little bit more out over the spot for the holder than more of the chest that like I used to do. But the other thing, Jerry, man, these kickers and punters, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they're amazing.
We're seeing it, right? I mean, the different style of kicks, banana kicks, watermelon kicks, they're calling all these different, they drop the ball a little differently. Yeah. And then the leg strength and the consistency of these kickers is unbelievable. But I'm going to promote long snappers. It's all because of us, because we've gotten better.
Yes. You guys definitely have. And also you guys are able to go down there and cover the kick as well. So it's like an added bonus. Like you guys aren't just snapping the ball and then just kind of taking yourself out of the play. You guys are directly, enforcing the play also. You're snapping the ball and you're going down there and you're actually blowing people up. And that's what I really admire about you guys.
Pat, was there ever a time when you were with the Bears when they had enough people down that you had to come in and fill in a position other than long snapper?
That's a good one.
I got two quick stories. So, I was going to say my freshman year, my rookie year. So I practiced O-line for my first 3 years, and I sprained my ankle training camp my fourth year. During goal line drill, I'd be like the second or third, depending on injuries, like left tackle, left guard, filling guy. And Dick Geron came into me and tapped me on the ankle. I'm sitting there, the trainer room with my ice on my ankle. And he's like, "You're done with contact drills." I was like, oh. Called my wife at the time, and I'm like, guess what? Dream came true. We're contact now. I'm strictly long snap.
We're straight golf from here on out.
And I forgot what was the question. I went off a tangent there.
No, was there a time when there were so many people down that they plugged you in?
My rookie year. So going back, I did practice O-line, all that kind of stuff. Tony Wise is the head coach. Fourth preseason game, 2-minute drill. So I've got my chin strap undone. I'm like, man, I made the team. I don't have to worry about O-line. Mannelly, you're in. And we're down like 15 points or whatever. It didn't matter. It's this 2-minute drill, so we're going to throw the ball every time. Eric Abagaboo. Remember played at Maryland. He was like the original Under Armour model.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that guy? Like,
yeah.
He was all jacked up. Well, I blocked him in college. Never gave up a sack to him. Had, a good time against him. I get in there, I give up 2 sacks. And I'm like, man, it was embarrassing. But then we get in the middle of my career, Big Cat's still playing with us. We're playing the Vikings. It's a Monday night game, Sunday night game. It's a night game. And so on game day, I was the 8th O-lineman. So I would go to O-line meetings. I learned all the positions just in case.
Mm-hmm.
So we get to this game. We get 2 guys go down. Big Cat has a bad thigh bruise. Doesn't know if he can go back in. John Randall's on the other side.
Goodness gracious.
The Big Cat comes over and like, hey, man, that deep voice, hey, I don't think I can go. Full sweats, man. Full sweats in December. I'm like, are you shitting me? And he goes, no, man, I'm just kidding. I can finish the game. All I was thinking about was national embarrassment because they put John Randall right over me.
Yeah.
And I'd probably have a tight end and a running back trying to help me and still get my ass kicked. And so, no, the answer is no. Only played in a preseason game, never in a regular game. But that's the closest I got to going in. And, man, my heart was going through my chest. Awesome. I was like, I haven't taken a real snap in 5-6 years.
Yeah. I mean, now the Bears have Tory Taylor. I mean, we drafted him, in the 4th round or something like that. So, obviously, they think very highly of a kicker to go that high and draft him. What are your thoughts on Tory?
I think, he's got it all, but I still think he has to figure out the NFL.
Yeah.
If I'm coaching him and I do the score radio and I'll be honest about what I think of players, I think he's underperformed. I truly do. I think being drafted in the 4th round, what you're asking him to do and what he's been scouted to do, he hasn't shown that yet. That's not saying he can't, but sometimes it takes guys a little bit longer to figure it out. And I hope he can, because he can be a weapon. There's sometimes he has some unbelievable punts. He has too many touchbacks, for my opinion. I just think that's a sin for a punter. And like, if you're listening to the touchback is when they punt and it goes in the end zone, they don't, they get it back out the 20-yard line. He's had too many of those in his career. And I just think a guy that's that talented should be able to control the football as much. He should be doing a better job at that. But I do think he's got tremendous upside. Look forward to seeing what he does this year, taking another offseason and figuring it out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if fans, followers, if you guys can see, I have, this is one of my Masters shirts. It is Masters weekend, and it is day 2 of the Masters. So Pat, when you give us your pick, you already have a little bit of background, so we can't give you that much credit. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, Pat, the word on the street is that Pat is a scratch golfer. I probably played 15 or 16 years ago with Pat and Kyle Orton, and I can verify that even then Pat was pretty close to a scratch golfer. So now I can almost guarantee he is. But how could you like it? Kind of the mental side of things, the mechanics, all the things that go into a golf swing is somewhat related, I would think, to long snapping. No,
It is, man. That's a great point, because it's technique, right? And you try to. Like when I long snap, I always address the ball the same way. Left foot first, right hand on the ball, left hand on the ball, head down, whatever. So it'd be same way walking into a golf swing. You grip the club and just whatever your routine is. So you get into the same routine for both of them. And once you get in that routine, it just becomes ingrained and secondary. And then you just, you work on mechanics for long snapping. It's your release point where your finger's pointing. When you see a long snapper bend over, there's like a triangle where your hand hits that spot to make sure it gets to the right height of the punter and all that kind of stuff. Similar with golf, you just get into it with the same mechanics. You have the same shaft lean, wrist angle, all that kind of stuff. So that part is very similar. And then the other thing is the mindset, because it's next snap after next snap, it's next shot after next shot. So I learned when I was younger, Jeff Jager was a great kicker in the NFL, longtime kicker, and he missed a kick, like a 40-yard kick. And he comes just jogging off, and he's got this look on his face like no big deal. And I'm like, dude, you just missed a 40-yard kick. What the hell? He goes, that's all right. I'll make my next 10 in a row. And I'm like, that's a hell of a mindset. So, if you have a long snap or a golf shot you miss just off, you're like, hey, my next 10 are going to be perfect. So that's the mindset I kind of try to take into golf, and that's what I used on the football field. And nobody's perfect, right? You try to be perfect. You hope your misses are good. Like any golfer watching Augusta, don't miss a fairway, maybe miss it to the right or left. But Same with long snapping. If I miss the right hip, maybe it's on the left hip. I just can't be outside the body. So it's a mindset. So it goes both ways.
Yeah, you're a model of consistency, and with long snapping, it takes a lot of consistency. Golf, especially like ball striking, it takes a lot of consistency to do what you do. But you grew up in Georgia, close to Augusta, right? So was golf like a part of your life growing up?
It is, man. So I've been very, very, very fortunate. My dad is actually born in Chicago, moved to Augusta when he was 6 months old. My grandfather opened up like a finance company down there, took a chance. So my mom and dad are from Augusta. Colin, you're like this. I grew up going to the Masters, and I hated it.
Oh, wow.
So back before tickets now, we had 16 family tickets amongst all our family members. So
insane.
Aunts, uncles, cousins, we'd all meet in Augusta, and I'd have to dress up and shut up. Like put on a little button-down, little saddle shoes, and just imagine a little southern little kid running around. So who wants to go and like put on nice clothes and then walk around and be told to shut up the whole time and stop moving? So I hated it. I didn't know what I was into. I didn't know what I had. So I got lucky and grew up doing that till today. Well, there's another story behind that about I was supposed to be there today, but
do you ever play it?
It's I've been fortunate to go. I went last year with my dad. I got to play it last year, which was cool.
Oh, wow.
Got to play it. That's amazing.
Yeah,
so I have to interrupt now with this question because I tell all my buddies that are like, do you think this is true? I'm like, it's absolutely true. They're always like, do you think if they put a average golfer's ball on the green on every hole and said, just break par from on the green, just with putting, would they be able to break par? And I was like, absolutely not. No chance.
Probably not. But I tell you what, the caddies do help a ton. Like they'll be like, hit it all the way up here, and you don't see that spot, and you do, and then next thing you know, you might have a 6-footer coming back. It's not gonna be 2 feet, but yeah, it's hard, man. There's so many like just different levels, undulations. Like you look at 6, that par 3 down the hill. There's like 5 quadrants that are like 6 yards, all just in circumference. It's really hard. Yeah, really hard.
It's like putting on glass. No, like if you just tap it, it's gone.
Yeah, I got lucky. The first hole, I put one on the right side of the green. The pin was back left, and I had like a 50-foot putt, and I fortunately put it to like 2 feet. And my caddy looked at me. He's like, "All right, let's go." I putted well that day, but it's just one of those days I putted well. But it was a lot of help for him for sure.
Well, you got to tell us what you shot.
Not good, man. I've double bogeyed the 2 par 5s. I shot 83. I'm upset about that. I wanted to get 70.
You was upset at 83.
Yeah,
that's pretty damn good, Patrick.
Or the whites?
It was one up. It was the one up.
Still,
played a couple holes.
At Augusta, you're like, 83. It's terrible. Yeah,
no, but it was, man. I was hitting it well.
Man, stop.
Well. So real quick story. Remember Rory last year when he hit the ball on 15 that rolled back in the water?
Yeah.
So the pin was there when I played. And the caddy told me, and at that time I kind of dialed in my wedges, and I had to say, how far do you want in? I was like, give me about 80 yards. So I hit it down to 80 yards, had my wedges dialed in. I hit it a foot short of the pin. I turned to hand my club to the caddy, and he goes, hands it back. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, it's in the water. I'm like, I hit it a foot. So then Rory did it, and I'm like, now I see why. Like the same thing. Like that's kind of cool to be able to play it. And then now truly like see what they're going through and what happens. But that's going back to the greens, man. I hit it a foot and into the water. So I double bogeyed.
Patrick, if you follow Patrick on social media, he'll let you know that he is definitely a golfer. And you've been golfing all around the world, basically. Are there any memorable or fun courses that you've played?
My favorite one is Baker's Bay in the Bahamas. I'm actually going there in 2 weeks. It's a Discoveryland product. Actually, my dad helped develop it. So I'm proud of him. It was kind of his walk-off home run of what he's done in commercial real estate and doing well in life of working his ass off. But it's just a place you play in a bathing suit, take your shirt off, jump in the water, sip a tequila, man. It's heaven. So that's the way I like to play. But
Me too.
It's like Old Head in Ireland to me is like Disneyland of golf. It's awesome. It's on a peninsula. It's been fortunate to play that a few times. Ireland golf's amazing. Arizona golf's amazing. Haven't played much in the Northeast, but honestly, man, Chicagoland golf, I'd put it against any major city in the United States. Just it's unfortunate that the courses are so old they can't be long enough to host a lot of tournaments for the pros, but it's unbelievable around here.
I got a quick question for you. Equipment wise, what do you like playing with? And what brands? And also, are you into these new zero gravity putters?
I am. So, Gary, everybody loves a discount, right? So with the NFL, we get a little bit of discount with like Ping, Callaway, and all these. So I'm a Callaway guy because I like my little discount. I'm a little frugal. But they do have very good stuff. So I'm a Callaway pretty much through the bag. Then I have this random Bobby Grace putter. It's kind of like a lab putter. Bobby Grace, I think, used to work for Ping. Has a couple putters on tour, a couple guys on tour that have won. He's a kind of a boutique guy. I ran into him at a golf course and putted his putter, but it is that lab putter, that zero gravity thing. So I've gone from a blade. Bettinardi, Sam's not going to like me. I went from his blade to Bobby Grace's mallet. So that's what I play, but it's Callaway all the way through the bag and then a little Bobby Grace putter.
I mean, that's a big change. I mean, you go from a blade to a mallet. Yeah.
But it's made a difference. I like it. I'm much more consistent. Distance control is better. And then it's like those 3-footers, those non-gimmies that you guys probably wouldn't give me. A little more consistent with those.
That's all I practice.
With those.
That's all, man. When I'm on I don't even practice anymore. Like lag putting, I don't go outside of 5 feet because I'm like, if I can make 4 to 5 footers, it's going to take 4 to 5 strokes off every time.
Well, that and then to save you money.
Yeah.
You're going to be putting that out on the back nine for sure. I'm going to make you put it out. Front nine, I'm going to give it to you. Back nine, if we start pressing bets, I'm like, I got to see that.
It's all mental at that point. Well, the special teamers are notoriously supposed to be good golfers. So who's in? Robbie's still in town. Robbie's around. He can swing it. Brad can swing it.
Robbie can swing it.
Who's the Bears special team king over there? I know you guys played some games.
It's Patrick, of course. It's Patrick.
We played a lot of games. I got to give you a story, man. I'm old enough to tell stories. I keep talking about my age, but so training camp, man. Me, Brad Maynard, and Robbie Gold would always go down to, I call it Kankakee National, Kankakee Country Club, and would play during training camp. And we would sneak away between practices. This is back when we had like 8 a.m. practice and like, what do we have, 3 o'clock practice or something, Jerry? So we had a lot of time in between.
Yeah.
Everybody else would go back and take a nap, rest up, protein shake, whatever, stretch out. We'd go to the locker, put our golf clothes on, go to the golf course, come back in our golf clothes, and then practice. So I would start getting looks at guys like, what the hell are they doing, man? So Olin Kreutz, our center, longtime center, good buddy, he finally came to me. He's like, man, just go back to the dorm, put some sweats on, man. You're rubbing it in people's faces. I don't care if you're going out and playing, but just don't come in with your golf hat, a little sweat across the brim, and bragging about you beat Brad Maynard for $20 or whatever. And so we would play during training camp pretty much every day. So yeah, that's the life of a specialist. So we got a lot of extra rounds and then over everybody else.
I don't think that you fully understood it or heard that. Like during training camp, we're talking about when training camp was like rough. When training camp was like all about hitting 2 days, 2 practices a day. Like these guys were going out and they were basically swinging golf clubs.
But Jerry, man, like I said, I used to be an offensive lineman. So I knew what that feeling was like when you guys would go back to you're sitting there sore as hell, like, oh my God, I got to put my sweaty pads back on. Hopefully my shoes dry out. I was like, I feel great. I didn't hit anybody this morning, man.
Give me a glass of wine.
I need to make a 3 a day out of it. That's gone in between.
Man, amazing.
You guys, so you're telling me you come back to the practice field and still in your golf gear?
Yeah, I walked right in the locker room in my golf gear. Yep.
Yeah, I saw it. I witnessed it.
Yep. It was bad, extremely man. I didn't even think about it. I'm like, oh, well, what? I'm like,
I could imagine. There's people that are like sweating and putting on gear and stuff. Like
damn specialists. I gave us a bad name. We gave us a bad name, but we did our job. Damn it.
What's your favorite Chicago course, Pat?
I think Butler right there is just the one. Butler, when you could put up ropes tomorrow or not tomorrow, in a month from now, and guys would the tour could open an event. I think that's just one of the hardest tests of golf. Just a cool venue. I joined Beverly Country Club. That's one of my favorites, not just because I joined. I love old Donald Ross look, and that's great. Shore Acres is amazing. Old Elm's amazing. Chicago golf is cool. Not saying it's overrated, but it's just not my cup of tea. We can all have our flavor. They're just all good. I mean, Skokie's amazing. Like the Canal Shores, the new Canal Shores, that little one that goes through Evanston.
Yeah.
Had a redo. We have so much variety. I mean, Mistwood out in the western burbs.
Medina's
great. Yeah. I mean, Olympia Fields. You keep going. Rich Harvest Farms, Black Sheep. There's so many good ones.
Yeah.
Then I was at Ivanhoe for years. Ivanhoe's great up north.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, our neighbor. I mean, even though we don't like those guys, but they have some really nice golf courses up there too.
Yeah, Whistling Straits, all that, and Strawberry Creek right across the border is great. But it's just we're fortunate to have what we have.
Absolutely. You got to pick for the Masters, or you go with Scheffler. Or now we are on day 2, so
I know, and that's the thing, because Rory went 5 under the first day.
Yeah, I
love storylines. You know, him winning it last year and winning the career Grand Slam was cool as hell. But how awesome would it be to see him go back to back?
Yeah,
that's what Augusta brings to me. Like everybody asks, who do you want to win? I really don't care. I just want a storyline. I want it to be good, and I think that storyline would be amazing because he overcoming what he did last year, and then if he could add another green jacket to it, it would be pretty cool.
Yeah. McIntyre is in a little bit of trouble today. Did you see that yesterday? He was having a bad day already. He was already +4, but he hit 2 balls into the water, and then he, as many of us have done before, he didn't mean to flip off the camera. He just flipped off the shot. Like after he hit the shot,
you can't do that at Augusta, man. You can't do that at Augusta.
they're like, oh, whoa,
that gets kicked out.
You got to be buttoned up there.
Yeah, Augusta has all those rules.
Oh yeah, traditions. They're not rules, Gary. They're traditions.
Oh, traditions. That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, you can't break the tradition. They'll fire you out of there in your head in a heartbeat, won't they? Yeah. They'll let it rip. Well, at
least you can get a hot dog for like $1.50.
Amen. A cold beer for $1.25, whatever it is. Yeah. Funny thing is, you go around Augusta and everybody collects the cups, right? You can tell who's drunk because they got cups about stacked this high.
For about $10.
I've been one of those. Actually, my first beer ever.
No cell phones is the best part, right?
My first beer ever was at the Augusta National.
Really?
Ever?
15 years old. My brother was 20.
That's
he bought
amazing.
Me a beer at the hill on 16. I thought I was cool as hell. But that spoiled me, man. I'm a spoiled Augusta kid.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Pat, we at the end of each show, we like to give our guests what we call a youth spark or a spark, kind of to talk back to the city of Chicago. Yeah. And the city has obviously meant a lot to you, and I mean to have stayed here this long. What does it mean to you to be a Bear for life? What can you impress upon the youth in terms of commitment, in terms of loyalty, in terms of what it took to, obviously you've been extremely successful. And like I said when we started, like nobody we've had on the show, man, has a trophy named after them. So you're a pros pro, and I think your career shows a lot to somebody who's looking at the epitome of commitment, loyalty, motivation, etc. So what can you give to the next generation?
That's a good question. You got about 15 minutes?
Yeah, we do.
No, seriously. There's a reason why we all live here, Jerry.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we call this home. I grew up in Atlanta. My dad would always be like, "When are you coming home?" I'm like, "Home? This is home." Chicago's home, man. They adopt you. They love you. They let you in. It's been special, and this is why it's home. Like Big Cat gave me, I think it was, we didn't start winning until 2001, right? We had a good year.
2001. Great year.
And we were terrible before. And Big Cat Williams, like, guys, just wait. When we win, the city goes off. Mm-hmm. And I remember seeing, the buildings you saw last year with the Bears and all that stuff, Bear Down, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, holy shit, this city's amazing. Mm-hmm. But the way I put it is, man, as hard as the fans are on you when you're losing, they love you twice as much, if not 3 times as much when you win.
Exactly.
That's a passionate fan base. So they show their passion when we lose, and we deserve it. Man, that hasn't been good years the last decade or so, and I get it, and I feel bad for the fans. Should I feel bad for me doing radio with Olin and having to talk about it every weekend? But when you win, man, this city last year, how fun was that? But the thing is, they just adopt you, and it's home. And I've just made so many relationships, raised a daughter here, love the city, live down in the city now, the energy down here. We got about another couple weeks, and it just shows off. But it's the greatest city in the world. And not only that, it's the greatest people in the world. And I had somebody the other week tell me, like, what Chicagoans are and why I love them and, like, why we love them. Like, growing up in the South, everybody says, bless your heart and all that kind of stuff. And everybody's all nice and kind of fake nice. Well, Chicago, it happened to me the other day. I'm walking across the street, taking my time on my phone. Guy honks his horn at me and gives me the finger. And I'm like, yeah, I deserve it. But I guarantee you, if I walked up to him and said, "What's the best bar in the neighborhood?" He'd like, "Get in the car, let's go. I'll introduce you to Ed, the bartender. Let's hang out. I'll buy you, a PBR and let's talk." But that's Chicago. Like, it has an attitude, but it's also friendly. It's also welcoming. Like I said about us, Jerry, it's been unbelievable. But it's as good as it gets, and it's home. I'll never leave it. And I love writing, Chicago, Illinois, 60611 on my address every time I write a check or whenever I write something in the mail. I take pride in it. And I appreciate what the fans have done for us and what we could do for them for a little bit of joy.
You talked about beer, and I heard that you have a beer. I haven't tried it, but I've known that you've had a beer for a long time.
That's my fault.
What was the inspiration behind that? And then when can I get my 6-pack?
Oh, I'll give you a case, Jerry. You deserve a case.
Let me get 2 cases. I love beer.
So I'm actually
University of New Hampshire, baby.
I quit drinking, but I was a very good IPA drinker. Loved it. Like that was my go-to, man. My brother, like I talked about my older brother, I went from Bud Light. He's like, "Man, try this Sweetwater in Atlanta. It's a good beer. Like, try beer with flavor." So then I graduated IPAs, and I fell in love with a West Coast style IPA. Stone IPA out of San Diego is what I fell in love with. And when you get retired, you think about things to do and what your passions are. And I was like, man, I want to build a beer. So I contacted a buddy of mine who owns Timothy O'Toole's. And I said, hey, I want to build a beer. I want to call it Long Snapper. I just thought that's also a cool name for a beer. So he kind of gave me ideas. You go the big route, small route, find a neighborhood brewery. So I ended up finding a neighborhood brewery up in Mundelein. I lived up in Libertyville. And it's Tighthead Brewing. Sat down with him. He's like, "What do you want to do?" I'm like, "I want to build a beer." He's like, "You want to do this together?" He said, "Sure." He's like, "What do you like?" So I named like Toppling Goliath out of Iowa, Stone IPA, a couple other beers. And he looks at his other brewmaster and he's like, "Man, we don't have a West Coast style IPA on our menu. Let's do this." So we shook hands. I said, "Listen, let's build a beer. I can probably get some help getting it out there." And I think it was 4 weeks later, he gives me a call like a Tuesday morning at 9:30. He's like, "Come over, let's taste the beer." And I had a hat on at the time, and he's across the bar and gives me a little taste, and I take a sip, and I was like, "Shit's good, man. Shit's good." And he's like, "It is, isn't it?" So we canned it, made some artwork, got it out there, got it in Soldier Field, got it in some bennies and some bars around town, and
awesome.
Just thought it'd be fun to have a beer, and it was. It's been a lot of fun.
None is landed in my house.
I've had nobody say it sucks yet, so I'm back 1,000. But maybe they're just not being honest. But who knows?
I'll be waiting for my palate.
All right, done. Where we meet? We'll meet up. I'll bring you one.
Yeah, you get it. We need to get a keg with the dispenser in the basement. Zoom's got the bar in the basement over there. So
you got a kegerator?
I got a little something.
All right, we'll get you a little pony keg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we can't let you go without talking a little bit of the Chicago Bears. 2 years ago, or actually 3 years ago now, going on 3 years, we picked up Caleb Williams and a lot of talent, but Caleb has just kind of transformed this whole team, and he's been really special, and he's not even to where we know that he can get to.
Right.
I think that he can get to another level, but this team went from last place to first place and exceeded everyone's expectations. And now, obviously, with the season that they had last year, there's even bigger expectations for this year. And now we're doing all sorts of like little rebuilds here and there. And there's a lot of things that we have to do defensively to get back on track. So where do you see the Bears moving forward?
I think it's all on Caleb Williams' shoulders, which is exciting. I think you look across the league, and I've said this on the radio, that you need a top 7 quarterback, right, in the league. And then you start talking about what seed you're going to be in the NFL. Not in the NFL, in the playoffs, not if you're going to make the playoffs. And I think Caleb's able to do that. And I think he's grown a lot, not only as a quarterback, but as a man. I think as a leader of the team. Mm-hmm. I think guys respond to him, obviously. And, I don't know what it would be like growing up like him, being the star everywhere, and then walking in to the NFL where you think you're the star, but you ain't the star. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to morph into what he's morphing into. Yeah. And I think the marriage of Ben Johnson is perfect. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks that have got a lot of talent that, Sam Darnold had to move around quite a bit to win a Super Bowl. But Caleb has walked into the perfect situation with an exceptional coach. I think the Bears got it right with Ben Johnson. I think they got it right with Caleb Williams. I don't know if this year will be as magical. I think it's impossible to be as magical as last year was.
Yeah, people are going to catch on.
I love the expectations are there. I love hearing Ben Johnson talk about, hey, man, last year was last year. This year is this year. So expectations are there, but I think when you got a quarterback like him and a lot of this, receiving talent, running backs, built an O-line, it's unfortunate that Dahlman retired, but hey, man, he's got to do what's right for him. I'm excited for what they are, and I think they've got a long run. I think, Jerry, like what we had starting in 05, we unfortunately underperformed a couple of those years after 06, but we were damn good, and we knew we were good. And I think they're in that same kind of bracket. So that expectation and standard is there, and I think they have the right pieces to go forward. And you said the defense, but I think the biggest thing to me is I'm a Dennis Allen fan. I think that guy can figure it out. I think when you've got a schemer like him and a coach like him, like Ben Johnson offense, you already have the game, and he'll figure it out. And he did with injuries last year, a lot of guys going down and still performed well and had the takeaways. They weren't the best defense, like numbers-wise as far as yards and all that kind of stuff. But, hey, he preached takeaways, and they got it done. So I'm excited. Like, I can't wait to talk about him again, and I just want to see the city go off like it has been and see what Caleb can do for us because he's embracing it. I love it, and he seems like he can deal with it. So let's see what the Iceman can do.
I think it's also important that we understand what the Chicago Bears did in their front office too.
Yeah,
I think that they brought in the right GM. I think they got brought in the right president. I think they brought in football dudes and football minds at the front office, and that's kind of trickled down throughout the organization. So I think that looking at the trajectory for the Chicago Bears, I think they're on the right path and the right trajectory to do some damage. As soon as they get a field. I don't know where the field is going to be.
Somewhere to play. We're good.
I think you're right, though. Like they have people there, but I think finally what I see and what I feel is we have the dude, the face of the franchise is Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
It's not Ryan Poles. It's not a GM. It's not a it's the dude. It's the way that I think it works in the NFL. Andy Reid, Bill Belichick, Jim Harbaugh, like that's the face of the franchise. The direction, the heartbeat, the pulse of the team every day is set by him. And that's what I love about it. Like they have a leader. They have a guy that gets it all, that's able to do it all as well, which is impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I mean, we do finally have that dude, and it feels good to have that dude in Chicago. Like the storied franchise, the Bears have been around for a lot of years since the beginning. And we always have these big time expectations for the Bears, and sometimes we fall short. But now, I mean, we saw what they were capable of doing last season. So to try to duplicate that is going to be extremely difficult, especially with the schedule that they have this year. And everybody knows that they're going to be gunning for the Chicago Bears.
Sure.
So it's going to be a tough year for the Chicago Bears. I don't think it's going to be easy at all. I think they're going to grind. I think they'll eventually do well, but this will be a big test for the Chicago Bears. And also you have all these guys that are poaching too.
Yeah.
Once you have that success, guys try to go and get your guys, so we're already experiencing that with year 2, basically with Ben Johnson. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this year and with the draft.
And Jerry, I think too, like this team, like I said about what seed they'll be in the NFL in the playoffs. If they get in, they scare everyone.
Dangerous.
You know what I mean? So it's just get in. Doesn't matter what seed you are. The higher seed's better, obviously, maybe a bye or whatever, but that's the thing. They've got enough talent now. If they get in, you don't want to play them.
And I'm glad that they got a taste of, of winning last year and then winning that playoff game as well. So, like I said, the expectations are going to be high, but I think they'll be ready for it because they got that taste.
Yeah.
Just find your way into that tournament right at the end of the season.
That's right.
And then we'll take it from there. Pat, we can't thank you enough, man, for stopping by and blessing us with some football knowledge, life knowledge, some golf knowledge, of course.
We'll go enjoy the Masters, man.
Super important. But man, thank you for stopping by Untold Stories, and we'll connect again after the draft, and we're gonna Derry. I think we both agree we want to get some of your take as well as who we.
You're gonna get my take.
Fit in. Yeah, you're gonna be back.
You're gonna definitely get.
That's what a podcast is for.
That's right. We're gonna keep it real. We'll definitely keep it real.
But no, we appreciate you, Matt, and we'll see you soon, man. And thanks everybody for tuning in. See you next time.
Thanks a lot, Patrick. We really
All right, see you, John. Great catching up.
All right, man. Take care.